Y'all, I have a bit of a mom conundrum on my hands.
Ooh, a mom
Yeah. Do y'all want
conundrum.
to talk about it before we get into schools? Justice, my oldest,
Mhm.
is being baptized on Sunday. And it's
Huh.
like super exciting. She's owning her own faith. And we have like a dozen people, family members, people of, you know, people who I would say are her village,
Yeah.
are flying in for this.
Wow.
And
Okay.
so it kind of is turning into a bigger ordeal than I thought initially. Like, oh my God,
Uh-huh.
you guys are coming. Oh, you're coming too. Just like people we talk to are like, oh yeah, she's getting
Yeah.
baptized. They're like, oh, want
Well,
to be
I'm
there for
like,
that.
oh, when did you say it is? I'll
Yeah.
figure it out.
Yeah, I'm
I'll be
sorry.
there.
My
Yeah.
invitation
Yeah.
must have
I
gotten
know,
lost
like
in the
this is
mail.
your
So,
invitation.
Yeah.
So this is all very exciting. And so then we were like,
Yes.
all right, well, we're gonna have like a dinner after. So we have the thing at church and then we're coming here and we have a dinner and we have a menu and all that and it's all good. And then yesterday I got an email from the White House. I kid you not. Because of some of my like community work that I do here in Charleston, I've been
Yeah.
invited to meet President Joe Biden on his last day in office. And it's
What?
at the same
what?
time as all of this. All of the baptism,
Oh, goodness gracious.
What? This is wild. And this is a question and conundrum so far out of my realm of I'm like, oh, this
Well,
is
I'm like,
not
oh,
what
you
I
got scammed from the White House?
no,
What are they
it's
selling you your car like warranty again? Like, you know, like,
no, it's a real
Yeah.
email. I got the
Okay.
heads up on the email like an hour before it came. It's a
Okay.
real thing. And when I got the heads up, I immediately was like, well, I can't go. And then I was like, wait, can I? Wait, do I like skip out on part of my kid's day to go meet President Biden? And I have to RSVP by tomorrow at noon. And
My
I like
gosh.
still don't know what I'm doing right now.
Oh my gosh.
So I guess my question would be, can Justice go with you?
No, no one can go with me. It's a
Oh.
single invitation that may not be transferred, may
Well,
not
you
be
tell
added
Biden
on.
that I'm offended because
Wow. I know. I thought you were going to say he was a big fan of the show and like he reached out and wrote, to you, but I guess not.
I
um okay,
know.
so with the baptism, is it typical like in your church to get baptized at 6, right? Is she 6?
She's 6. And no,
Yeah.
it's like, it's
Okay.
atypical actually. I don't think that
Okay.
I've
Okay.
seen at our church another kid to be baptized.
Right.
Um, but that being said, like, I was in a different church when I was a kid, and I actually got baptized at her exact same age. I was like looking back at
Oh.
the Bible my grandma gave me on my
Yeah.
baptism day, and I was like, oh my gosh,
Yeah.
we were the exact same age, like
That's
six and a
crazy.
half.
Yeah.
So I don't think she's too young. I think it's really cool that she's made this decision,
Yeah.
and we've been very supportive of her, and I think it's a huge decision. That's why I'm like, it's not like I'm just missing.
well, and it's not like she's a baby. So did you baptize her when she was a baby?
So in our tradition, we do what's called a baby dedication. And so we
Oh.
just like, it's basically like the part in Mufasa where like Mufasa holds Simba up.
Right.
It's like
Nice.
that,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Like it's
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
okay, God, you know,
Yeah.
but like
Yeah.
it
There's another
doesn't
one.
play
Yeah.
into their faith. And so like in our
Oh.
faith, it's very like personal and your own decision led. So
Nice.
we did the like hold the baby up, but she's on her own.
Yeah.
Like not,
Okay.
like we're here, we support her.
Right.
But it's her own faith. Like she's saying like I believe in God and I want to do these things, not
I'm ready to be
not my parents
baptized.
said that you know.
Wow. Yeah.
So it's a pretty big deal. Um
Yes.
and the invitation as it reads, and I like checked in with my point person,
You have a
if
point person at the White House, or?
no, the point person who
Oh,
like arranged the invitation.
okay, okay. But even still,
He's
that's like, like, wait a second, like, what
Like,
are we
whoa.
doing here? Like, what are we doing
Who
No,
here?
are
like
you?
if I
Yeah, like,
did, it would I there's a world where like I go just to the baptism and like skip everything else. But
okay.
that even still feels hard. Like for me to be like, all right, okay, bye. Like I don't know. I'm
That's
struggling.
that's
Yeah.
hard.
What would
How
Um,
much do
y'all
you
like what
feel?
pros and cons would y'all be personally thinking about?
So I would like, how much does it mean to you? Like to be invited to the White House and I guess meet the president and do you know?
Well,
Like,
it's the president will be here. It's not at the White House. But like
oh,
I guess
okay.
on the one hand,
Oh wait, you don't have to like fly to DC?
no, he's gonna be
oh,
he's gonna be in
Okay.
Charleston his last day in office. He's gonna fly back to DC for inauguration on
oh,
Monday. He's
Okay.
spending the
oh,
Got it.
okay,
entire last day of his term in Charleston, South Carolina. How wild is that?
okay.
Smart.
How wild. Yeah, yeah, that's cool. So, what does the timing look like? Like,
Yeah, so it's like pretty much as soon as the baptism's over, if I go, I can't go to anything else. So I can't do the lunch or anything. I just have to
okay,
like bail on the rest of the day. Because typically
okay.
this kind of stuff is a very wide window. It's like when Time Warner says they're coming to your house anytime between noon and
Uh,
7 p.m.
right, right.
So you like have to be in place so like you can do all the Secret Service stuff and get cleared and
Oh,
like basically
yeah,
sit around and wait for him to get there.
yeah.
So I don't love that. It might take a while. I don't love that aspect. And then I was honestly today I was thinking, what would Joe Biden do? And like
Yeah.
part of me feels like Joe Biden would just like be at Hunter's thing and just like skip the rest, you know? But then I'm like, well, there's only like 40 something guys that have been able to be this before, so it is kind of a big deal.
So, but you
Yeah.
then would be able to like go home at night,
I
like
go home at
see.
night, yeah.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, personally, I'd say like do it. Go to the baptism. I know it's going to be a crazy day, and then skip out. Like you just said, your whole village, like her whole tribe is
It's
there.
there.
I know like you're the mom, but like I feel she'll be supported. You're there for the event and to see her, become a young lady of God, I guess, right? I don't know.
Yeah. Yeah.
So then I feel like, that's the big thing. And then the party, and then you could always do something like even Monday with
Later.
her, right? She probably
Yeah.
doesn't have school.
That's
Um,
true.
do you know what I mean? So then
Yeah.
maybe just do a lunch with her or like go to a high tea. Have you ever done a high tea? I know that that probably
Yes,
has
but
nothing to
not with
do with,
justice, but
yeah. So that's like a fun, I don't know, just
a way
that's
to
my
do
thing because
both.
this is like that's cool. It's such an honor for you. And then I think, I don't, have you talked to her about it at all or no?
No. I
Yeah,
didn't bring it up. Just honestly, she used to give me a really hard time for missing stuff for work.
right.
Um like a really hard time.
Yeah.
And she wasn't trying to be ugly about it, but she would be like, "Oh, well, mom missed the Christmas show cuz she was working."
Yeah. The drama.
The
Yeah, yeah,
drama.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
So
Um,
I'm trying to be a reformed mom these days. And just like, I think the other thing is, especially with the babies,
right.
I feel the need to just like make sure she knows she's a priority.
Of course. Yeah. Um, and I also think, like, I feel like for me, I've been thinking more of, I think as a stay-at-home mom of, like how much of yourself, like you give up,
Yeah.
and not even as a stay-at-home. It's not just, you know what I mean? As a
Yeah.
parent, as a mom, you give up a lot of yourself. And so I feel like this is something like kind of for you. And I think as she gets older to be like, yo, I was meeting the president. Like I was honored on the last day. And you know what I mean? It's
Yeah.
not, I don't know, that she would understand like, dang, my mom's like a cool ass lady, you
Like, you
know?
met the president?
Yeah. I don't know.
Maybe I'll just ask her tomorrow.
You could like have a conversation, of
But
but
then
then
you
you
risk her being like, no, I don't want you to. And then your
or
decision
like,
is,
how dare you even do
yeah,
that, Mommy? How could
yeah,
you?
I would decide
Yeah.
yourself without talking to her.
Yeah.
I also agree. I'm like, I don't know. She's got everyone else there. My other thing is like, it's probably going to take forever. And they're probably telling you to get there like 2 hours before you're
Yeah.
supposed to. So I'm like,
Yeah.
could you maybe just do your thing, stay for a little bit? Like, don't put yourself under pressure. And then you get there and it works out. Like, do you know what I'm saying? Like, don't miss everything, but maybe like get back to the house or the restaurant or wherever you're going and then do a little, like split the difference. I mean, I guess it would
Yeah.
suck if you showed up and they were like, he just left.
Yeah. You can't like be late for the
Like
White
you missed
House.
him. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
All right. Well, I'll update you ladies later
Definitely.
on
Yeah.
what I
Yeah.
decide.
to
I've
do it.
got less than
I agree
24
that you should,
hours.
I think you should
yeah,
do it.
you should do it and then lean on the family. Like she'll get all that time with all the family and they'll get to take care of the babies. Like, I don't know. I just can't help but be like, yeah, you're not that important. You won't be missed that much. So
Well, and you never know. It could just work out that like the timing, and then all of a sudden you're like, oh my gosh, I can make the tail end of this, or I can go
Yeah.
have
Maybe I
some
can do.
dessert, or I can, you just never. And I think that makes it hard, though, the uncertainty of, well, but
Oh,
I'd say do
also,
it.
it's my birthday. I don't know if that
yes,
changes
it
how you guys feel
is.
about this day at all. It's just a
Yes.
lot. It's just a lot.
Pile it on, right? Like, gosh.
So there's also a world where there's some people, like outside of the mom part, that there's some people that are also like gonna show up for me.
Right, 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 right.
I don't know.
Well,
Uh,
the president has a birthday present for you. So
yeah,
it's up to you to
that's right.
decide.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
Don't listen though. I do agree with what Julianne said. I'm like, you're a full throttle mom all the
Yeah.
time. You're all in. You've just become a mom of 3. But before you became a mom and before you became a mom, you have done so much like nonprofit work and just like you. So I just can't help but be like, look, we should do a whole episode on mom guilt. As soon as we're done our school series,
Oh,
we're doing
yes.
mom
Yeah,
guilt.
yeah.
Yeah.
It really needs to be like, this is a once in a lifetime. And I really agree with Julianne that like right now she might be like, no, I want you to stay. So I wouldn't really give her the choice. You could even just say like the president says I have to be there. Like,
Yeah, that's
it's
true. Yeah, and then I
it's the
know, like,
president.
yeah,
Yeah.
it'd be like,
Yeah.
okay,
I gotta go
yeah,
meet
that's
with the
serious.
president. So
Like I remember my
Yes.
granddad had letters, those generic White House letters, like signed by presidents. And even as a
Yeah.
kid, like an oldish but young kid, we were like, this is cool. This is the president's signature, which like in retrospect, I'm like, no way that was actually his signature. Like it
Right.
was like a fake
Yeah,
printed.
yeah.
I don't know
Yeah.
how to explain it, but
I think I
I'm
found
like,
one from the do you remember like the president's fitness test?
Oh
Do you
my
remember that back in the
goodness.
day? Yeah, so
Yes. I
like
hated
2
that thing.
crutches. Yeah, yeah. But
yeah.
I mean, I
But
felt
no, so
important
just
for that.
release the
So
guilt.
yeah,
Release the guilt and go once in a lifetime, YOLO,
yeah.
and
Dress
you'll make
yourself
it up
up.
to her
It's your
later.
birthday, and you get to like meet the president, and who knows who else you can meet, or is it just him? Because it's, but like,
What the invitation
you
says
know,
is just him.
all right,
But
but
I mean,
maybe
who knows?
who knows? Yeah,
All right.
Well, and it's like he's in Charleston. I mean, this is a pretty cool opportunity. It feels very meant to be. Like you don't have to fly to DC. You don't have to
right.
like he's coming to your city. And you also will meet other people because I'm sure it's other people that have been doing the same thing you've been doing. Like,
And it's his last day in office. Like it's not even like I can be like, well, like I'll probably go to DC and do one of those tours. Like, no,
Right.
like
No, this
Joey's
is it.
out. Joey's
Yeah,
out after
yeah,
this.
yeah, yeah.
yeah.
Riding off into the
Um,
sunset.
and like he's not getting any younger, so like
Nope.
it just, could be a cool opportunity. You
So
should do it.
the
Yeah.
real question is like, how are we going to get you a Momtradiction shirt so quickly?
I know.
Because we really need you head to toe Momtradiction.
Oh, I'm on it.
In the
I'm on
At
it.
purple.
It'll be
Momtradiction.
priority
Follow,
mail tomorrow. I already got the sweatshirts.
follow
I just
me.
haven't got the design out, but yeah.
That's hysterical. All right.